On an indistinct mound of rubble in southern Turkey is an uncannily well-preserved window frame with a butterfly print curtain that flutters in the cold wind. It's Ceyda's room. Before the earthquake, 19-year-old Ceyda Ocan looked through that window and those curtains, onto her street in the city of Iskenderun. Now her best friend Damla is on the street with her family to keep vigil at the fallen apartment block, hoping that Ceyda has survived, as rescue workers sift and dogs sniff for signs of life. Damla met Ceyda in the neighborhood when she was 6 and Ceyda 8, and they stayed close. They bought those curtains together on a recent shopping trip. "We both love butterflies," Damla says, weeping. On her phone is a picture of a birthday cake Ceyda organized for Damla with her sister, and in purple icing with butterfly decorations it says, "Who loves you the most in the world?" Us, of course. Ceyda's apartment block, called Ocan, sat in a row of mid-rise pink and beige buildings with small balconies, in the center of Iskenderun, all with shops on the ground floor. When the 7.8 magnitude earthquake struck at 4:17 on Monday, Ceyda would have been sleeping, along with the other residents of Ocan. The block crumpled with the force of the tremor. Many buildings in southern Turkey have been wiped out of existence this week, but this is the story of Ocan, home to Ceyda and her family alongside the residents of 14 other flats. In the days after the quake, their friends and family gathered round Ocan hoping for the best, and speaking of their loved ones. We witnessed one brief moment of elation on Wednesday when a survivor was pulled from the rubble after more than a day of digging, one of Ceyda's neighbors. According to rescuers and residents in the area, she managed to say that she had spoken to Ceyda through the fallen walls, and that Ceyda had said she was okay. But officials warned that the survivor was disorientated. It might not have actually happened. By Friday, there was no more news. We went back to Ocan for 3 days in a row to witness the informal rescue efforts, the people fleeing for safer places, and the field hospitals erected for survivors. Rescuers and neighbors all told us that they knew of 3 people who survived, the rest are unaccounted for. Those gathered said Ocan was home to a tight-knit community, where neighbors would frequently visit each other's homes for tea or strong Turkish coffee. Residents of Ocan and other buildings on the street had WhatsApp groups and arranged regular meetups. "It was like, your place this week, yours next," one local man said. "This is the Turkish way." When asked what the neighborhood was like, Damla's uncle Emrullah, who ran the local grocery shop, clasped his hands together. "Like this," he said. "Ocan has stood for decades. I'm 50 years old and I remember walking past it on my way to and from school," one man said. When the earthquake hit, locals told us the buildings on Ocan's row fell, like dominoes. On either side of the line of destruction, similar buildings appear unscathed and their residents spoke with both guilt and relief.